Good evening. All right, we have audio. All right, I call this meeting to order at 4:30 PM. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. Both directors are present. Are there any changes to the agenda? Okay. Are you good with the agenda? All right, then I second. So agenda approved. We have no members of the public in person or online. So we will go to approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right, I second. So the minutes pass. And we will move on to number 4, review and discussion regarding parks and recreation events and programs. All right.
Thank you, Rebecca. Well, the last Parks meeting was back in the beginning of May. So if you want to flip to the second page of the class events so we can get to May and go on from there. So I think everybody knows, but the garden classes go on monthly, and also we have line dancing that goes on weekly still. So in May, we finished up some of the cardio and balance and strength fitness classes. And that was about it for May. Going into June is when we kicked off the summer classes, painting classes. So for June and July, we have painting classes on Thursdays, archery on Thursdays, fitness and dance on Tuesdays, and movies in the park on Friday nights.
Yes.
So just to go over quickly go over some of the numbers from the classes. Painting classes, they both averaged out pretty close to 50 people a class.
Wow.
And archery was at looks like about 35. The fitness and the dance classes are more around 10, 11 on the average. And there was a kids baking class in there. That looks like it was at 35.
Nice.
And then the Friday night movies, they averaged out to be 80 plus a movie. And I think that was the 3rd year being out in the park, so thank you, Don Fish, for helping out with that. So I think it worked out pretty well this year. We just stopped it at June and July, school starting. I think everything worked out pretty good that way. Coming into August, nothing really going on except for our monthly and weekly, like I said, the line dancing and the teaching garden. They had a community cleanup day, or had one. They're having one September 9th. And then starting in October, we threw in a baking class, and there's another baking class in November, and then another in December, all related to the holidays. And then also going back into September, I'm trying to put together, up in Wrightwood, there's a martial arts studio. The 11 Elevation is what it's called, and I talked to a Chad, I guess he's the head instructor there. So we're trying to put together a self-defense class that we've been talking about for a
Yeah.
while.
Awesome.
Haven't locked it in yet, but we're working on it. So I guess if we want to jump to the tree lighting ceremony, and maybe we could talk on that.
Just one quick question. On the tire day, what kind of outreach do we do into the community for that?
We do bill inserts as well as social media.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Just on the tree lighting, I know that last time we touched base on it and we were going to see about, extending the evening a little bit, ways that we could keep people around for longer. We get a decent attendance, but as soon as we light the tree, everybody kind of packs up and goes. So I know we were talking about options, either having Serrano Choir come down and sing, or get some carolers, do a, Christmas caroling sing-along, that kind of stuff to kind of keep people there a little bit longer. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I like that idea. Anything that's themed towards, the holidays, Santa Claus, reindeer, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean, we have Santa Claus and the kids take pictures with them. We do the hot cocoa, the candy canes, the little, light up sticks. We have the fire department, come, and then they do the, one thing we do need to remember is to make sure that we put on the flyer that they are taking donations for Fill the Boot, because a lot of people didn't know and then didn't bring either money or gifts to donate to the fire department for that. And then I don't know, maybe even Santa Claus could, read the night before Christmas. Get everybody to sit down around him and he could read the night before Christmas, just to extend the evening a little
I
bit.
was able to make sure Santa's locked into that date.
Okay,
I don't think he knows anything about possibly reading, but that might be kind of cool.
okay. And if Santa's not, comfortable with reading it, it could be anybody, Mrs. Claus, an elf, it's all good.
Does the weather play into some of the attendance stuff too? Because I know it can get pretty crisp here in December at times, or snow.
The last couple of years, we've been really lucky, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cold.
Yeah.
And I think, like you mentioned, it's like, we try to, Santa Claus arrives usually right before 6 o'clock, and then, some people just go ahead and hang around just for a minute and take off, but it seems like the majority is there with their little kids, and they all get in line to take pictures with Santa, and then they, it seems like, I don't know, a quarter kind of hang around for a
Yeah.
while. So.
Right.
Okay. So, yeah. Yes, sir.
What if we did like one of the claymation movies or something like that? Ones that are like a half hour long, Rudolph or something like that?
That sounds good. That's why I asked the question about the weather, because I didn't know, people take off, but to do that outside,
Okay.
like the movies at the park type.
Yeah. Can we get access to one of those movies?
I'm sure we could, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a good idea too. Definitely. Because movies in the park seem to be our biggest draw. So why not add a Christmas movie to the Christmas event? Yeah, we should look into that. Thank you. That's a good idea. Those claymation ones are still my favorite, and I'm a grown up, so
Oh.
I'm just saying. Okay. Anything else on that one?
No.
Okay. Is that everything that you had on number 4?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have a contact we can reach out to for the choir?
I do. I'll
Okay.
probably just reach out
Okay.
to Robert and find out if the choir is available, and we can work on that. We'll probably need to do something a little bit more, a little bit nicer as far as like the microphone setup and stuff, if we're gonna have carolers or the choir or something.
Well, I was thinking we could probably use our movies in the park speakers. That might be louder. Figure out something with those, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of, same stage thing, so we're not having to, there's a lot of hustling going around in the background.
Mhm.
So, but yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to him and ask him about their availability. I know it's tough that time of year because they do their big
busy.
Christmas dinner show, so
Yeah.
it might not be an option, but,
Okay, I'm just thinking
But
of
if-
for the flyer, maybe developing more of a formalized schedule so everybody knows
Yeah.
what time everything is happening.
okay,
so.
definitely. What kind of timeline would you need on the flyer then?
Well, we'd probably want to have the information probably towards the beginning to mid-October,
Okay,
because we'll put them in the November bills and then the December bills.
okay, all right, we'll work on that. Thank you. Okay, so then we will move on to number 5, update regarding Phelan Park expansion.
well, we did have a couple developments, and I think Jen's gonna speak on this. So go ahead, Jen.
Okay, so as you're aware, we were going for the Land and Water Conservation Grant. Some of the parameters of the grant this time were that we needed to file with basically the National Historic Society. It was a contingency of their NEPA requirements. And as we got into the process, we found out that the timeline for that can be like from 6 months to 2 years. And that would mean that we were not allowed to disturb that 14-acre parcel at all.
Anything.
Anything. We couldn't touch
Yeah.
it at all. We couldn't bring any of the dirt over for the civic project or anything like that. And so even though we were probably in a pretty good position as far as the state goes,
Yeah, we were able to meet with the state in July, which was great.
yeah, they sent a rep out and it was looking really positive. But as we got into it, we found out about how much that would slow down the project basically. And we decided to go ahead and forego pursuing the grant.
Okay,
They almost make it to where you can't apply for the grant, it's out of your timeline, so they have to give the money away.
Yeah.
okay. Anything else on that item?
And I think the board's gonna be updated, but we did wanna inform the Parks
Okay.
Committee.
Got it, thank you. All right, so item number 6, update on Phelan Farmers Market.
According to Rowena, it's still going pretty well. You know, it's always a little slow when it's so hot. But, and again, she kind of did her full report with us back in May
Right,
for the Parks Committee, so that was nice. But things are going well, as she put it.
okay. Any questions on that?
No.
All right. Okay, number 7, update on teaching garden.
The update on the teaching garden, I think we have, this Saturday is feeding plants is the topic of the class. And there again, it seems to just always be about the same, 10, 12 people. But like I said, it's great to have a volunteer that does that for us, so it's pretty awesome.
Okay. All right, so then we will move on to number 8, staff report. Anything additional to add?
I don't think there's anything to add more than what we've talked about.
Okay. Number 9, committee comments. Anything additional?
No, I don't have any additional comments.
All right, thank you. All right, so number 10, review of action items. Did we have any prior meeting action items?
There, under action items, it says none.
Okay, great. And so we didn't have any current meeting action items unless, I don't know if it counts that we're gonna, get more information on the Christmas tree lighting, but we don't need anything. We don't need anything. All right, okay, and then our next meeting will be on November 14th. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to that agenda?
No.
Okay. All right, anything else? You guys are always so easy. All right, so with no further business, we will adjourn at 4:46 PM. Thank you.
Thank you.